Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing quality cupcake. So these are the ingredients we will need. We have our already sifted flour, 100 grams of flour, a leveled teaspoon baking powder and a pinch of salt. And in the next bowl we have our sugar, 70 grams of powdered sugar. And in the next bowl we have butter, which is 70 grams. So our sugar is equal to our butter, 70 grams of butter as well. And in the last but not the least we have 2 eggs. And we then have our mixing bowl. This is the bowl we are going to be using to mix up our butter. So these are the ingredients we need, and I always like to use a traditional method. So in this method we'll be using a whisk. This is because maybe at the start of a business not everyone might have funds to be purchasing machines and all that, so you can use home items. Meanwhile, we have next up a spatula. This helps us to put our butter together when mixing. So into our empty bowl we pour in, the first thing we need to do, we pour in our butter and our sugar. These are the very first ingredients that we need, our butter and our sugar. We have to mix this for as long as possible. This is to ensure that first of all our sugar dissolves properly, and secondly this process makes our cupcake very fluffy. So you would want to mix for as long as you can. Remember with this, with mixing your cake batter, it is okay to mix the sugar and butter for as long as possible, but when you get to the batter itself, if the recipe says mix for 15 minutes, then mix for 15 minutes. So don't mix that up. And now we have combined our sugar and butter, and that is what we are getting. So we now go in with our flour, which already has baking powder and sugar. And remember, in our egg we had flavor. I prefer using mixed flavor than vanilla because mixed flavor is more flavorful than vanilla flavor. So we add in the egg and vanilla flavor into the flour and butter. In this mixture we added all at once because the flour is not really much. If we are doing a large quantity, we will need to add in batches so that we mix well. But since we are dealing with a small quantity, I just have to go in with everything at once and you mix with your whisk. Now just at the beginning guys, look at the texture. You might be feeling like, oh my god, I need to add water so that I get a soft consistency, but trust me, you don't need water. You just have to continue mixing and mix for as long as 15 to 20 minutes, and you start getting a soft consistency. So the longer you mix, the longer you will get the right consistency that you need. But trust me, you don't want to mix for more than 20 minutes. If not, you will end up getting something else. If you overmix cake batter, it doesn't give you the fluffiness you need, and if you don't mix it well, it also doesn't give you the fluffiness you need. So you just clean up with the spatula. That is the work of the spatula, by the way, to gather up your batter together and you continue mixing. So guys, look at the texture. It's already getting soft. It's already beginning to give what we need. I had to transfer to a smaller bowl because the larger bowl was really stressing me out since the batter is not that much. So look at the creamy texture that is beginning to give. But at that point we still need to mix and we still need to beat it well. We had not yet mixed up to 15 or 20 minutes. So we just continue mixing till we get a very soft, creamy consistency until we get to the time we want. Hello guys, if you've been watching up to this point and you've not subscribed to my channel, please do well to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that whenever I drop a video you would get notified. Thank you. And guys, look at the consistency. It's just okay, very stretchy, very creamy, and this is exactly what we need. Now this is a baking tray for cupcakes. This is the one that has 12 holes. And next up we have the cupcake liners. You will just have to remove these cupcake liners, put into the tray, and then fill in your batter. And this is our already baked cake. We bake for 170 degrees. While filling in your batter into the cupcake tins, you can make sure to preheat your oven. Now next up we have to ice our cupcakes. That is after we've allowed them to get cold, because after baking you will need to either put them in the fridge for it to cool down, or if you don't have a fridge, you can just keep for some time and it will get cold. That is to ensure that when piping with our icing, it doesn't melt out. Remember, this is a cream, butter cream, that we are using at this moment to pipe the cupcakes. So you will ensure that they are cold so that the warmness or hotness of the cakes will melt down the butter cream. In my next video, I am going to teach you guys how to prepare the butter cream we are using right now. It's actually not difficult, very easy to prepare. And look at how beautiful it's coming out. Whatever design you want, you can do it with your piping heads. I'll equally need to do a video with various piping heads and how you can use them to come out with beautiful designs. So after piping the cupcakes, however you choose to design it, however you choose to style it up, it's up to you and maybe your client. So to the white, I just added tips of the red to give it some flourish beauty, and I added it to all the white to just give it an awesome look, because the client was like, do something great. So I just had to come out with my own initiative and do something good. So it's either you already have a sample you're working with, or you choose to do what you think you can do. And now I came up with a bead to add to it to give it more beauty. So I'm just placing the bead. These are edible beads, not the normal beads we know. These are edible beads which are used in baking, meaning they are edible and they are actually sweet. So I just place them in the middle of the cupcakes, and then next off I came around with my sprinkles. This is just to sprinkle it up and make it look more colorful, more beautiful. Oh my god, guys, look at that. It is giving extremely awesome. It's beginning to be very beautiful and well designed. And those are our cupcakes, ready to be delivered to the client. The sprinkles are the last thing that I placed on the cupcakes. Ta-da! And this is the beauty we got. Looks so yummy, looks so delicious. Trust me, you ought to try this recipe at home and you will so love it, and reviews are always great.